The ultimatum. The vast emptiness of space stretched before Captain Alina Reyes as she stood on the bridge of the EDF Indomitable, Earth's newest and most advanced warship. Stars twinkled in the darkness, deceptively peaceful against the backdrop of looming conflict. Alina's weathered face remained stoic, though her dark eyes betrayed the weight of responsibility pressing down on her shoulders. Humanity's fate now rested with her decisions. Admiral Zhao on secure channel. Captain. Lieutenant Marcus Chen announced, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. Alina nodded, straightening her uniform. Put him through. The weathered face of Admiral Zhao materialized before her, his expression grim. Captain Reyes, long-range sensors have detected a massive fleet approaching the Sol system. Nothing like we've ever seen before. First contact. Alina asked, her pulse quickening despite years of training for this very moment. Appears so. Over 300 vessels, technological signatures beyond our comprehension. They'll reach Luna orbit in 18 hours. The Admiral's voice remained steady, but Alina caught the undertone of fear. The Indomitable is our best ship, Captain. Position yourself at the Jupiter defense line. You're our first, and possibly last, line of defense. Understood. Admiral, we won't fail. Alina terminated the connection and turned to her crew. Battle stations. Set course for Jupiter Defense Cluster. As the Indomitable accelerated toward the outer planets, Alina retreated to her quarters. A holographic display showed Earth, beautiful, vulnerable, blue and green against the darkness of space. 7 billion lives. The culmination of 20,000 years of human civilization. She would protect it or die trying. The alien fleet appeared first as tiny points of light against Jupiter's swirling clouds. As they approached, their true scale became apparent. Massive vessels shaped like elongated diamonds, their surfaces shifting with colors that shouldn't exist in nature. The largest was nearly 15 kilometers long, dwarfing the Indomitable's modest 800 meters. They're hailing us, Captain, Chen reported, tension evident in his voice. Open channel. The view screen illuminated with a being unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. Multiple eyes arranged in patterns across a face that seemed to shift and reform with each passing second. When it spoke, the translation systems struggled to keep pace. We are the Axiom Collective. Your species has been observed and found. Interesting. We bring enlightenment and purpose. Resistance is unnecessary and wasteful. Alina stepped forward, shoulders squared. This is Captain Alina Reyes of the Earth Defense Fleet. You have entered sovereign human territory without permission. State your intentions clearly. The alien's expression shifted in what might have been amusement. Sovereignty. An illusion maintained by species not yet enlightened to their place in the greater order. Your world has resources valuable to the collective. Your species has potential for service. We offer you the privilege of contributing to the Axiom. Alina's jaw tightened. And if we decline this privilege? Decline. The alien seemed genuinely confused. There is no decline. There is only the Axiom. We will arrive at your primary colony in 16 of your hours. Prepare your leadership for integration. Any military resistance will be met with immediate purification protocols. The transmission ended abruptly. Alina turned to her executive officer, Commander Jackson. Analysis. Jackson's dark skin paled slightly. They don't even consider us a threat, Captain. Not even worth negotiating with. Just another resource to be harvested. Then they've made their first mistake. Alina activated the ship-wide communication system. All hands. This is the captain. You've all heard the transmission. Make no mistake. This is not a diplomatic mission. This is an invasion force, and we are all that stands between them and Earth. She paused, letting her words sink in. The Indomitable was built for this moment. Every simulation, every drill has prepared us. Activate the Prometheus protocol. We make our stand here. Deep within the Indomitable's core, systems that had remained dormant since the ship's construction hummed to life. The Prometheus Protocol, Earth's most closely guarded secret. Not even Elena knew its full capabilities, only that it represented humanity's contingency plan for this exact scenario. Captain, Chief Engineer Rashid called from engineering. Prometheus is online, but its power requirements exceed our standard capacity. We'll need to divert from life support on lower decks. Do it. Evacuate non-essential personnel to safe zones. Elena turned to her tactical officer, Lieutenant Wong. Target the lead vessel. Let's see what Prometheus can do. The Indomitable trembled as energy coursed through newly activated conduits, the hull plating reconfigured, revealing weapon ports that hadn't existed minutes earlier. A beam of concentrated energy, not quite plasma, not quite laser, erupted from the ship's bow, striking the lead alien vessel. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, like ice under pressure, fractures appeared across the alien ship's surface. The vessel didn't explode so much as disintegrate, coming apart in layers that twisted in impossible ways before vanishing. Silence fell across the bridge. What just happened? Commander Jackson whispered. Before anyone could respond, the remaining alien fleet surged forward. Energy weapons blazed across space, most missing as the Indomitable executed evasive maneuvers that should have been impossible for a ship its size. They're targeting our engines, Wong reported, trying to disable rather than destroy. They still want Earth intact, Elena realized. Maintain Prometheus output. Target their weapon systems specifically. For nearly an hour, the Indomitable danced through Jupiter's orbital space, landing devastating blows against vessels hundreds of times its size. But the alien fleet was vast, and Prometheus drained their reserves rapidly. Captain, we can't maintain this output, Rashid warned. Systems overheating. 10 minutes at most before catastrophic failure. Elena studied the tactical display. They'd destroyed 12 enemy vessels and damaged dozens more, but hundreds remained. Even with Prometheus, they couldn't win. Not alone. Set course for Earth, maximum speed, she ordered, and prepare a data package of everything we've learned about their weapons and defenses. Captain, Jackson questioned. We're retreating. Elena's eyes flashed. We're regrouping. The Indomitable was never meant to stand alone. It's a prototype, Commander. There are 11 other ships like ours in Earth's defensive fleet, each with their own version of Prometheus. But they need what we've learned today. As the Indomitable accelerated away from Jupiter, the alien fleet gave chase, but seemed unwilling to use their full capabilities. Further confirmation they wanted Earth's resources intact. Transmission from Admiral Zhao, Chen announced. Priority Alpha. The Admiral's face appeared, now joined by General Santos of the Global Defense Council. Captain Rice, your telemetry has been received. The defensive fleet is deploying to your coordinates, but we've also detected smaller alien vessels bypassing your position, headed directly for Earth. Infiltration units, Elena surmised. They're not just here for resources. General Santos nodded grimly. We believe they're targeting our defense grid. Captain, you need to reach Luna Base before they do. The activation codes for the planetary shield can only be transmitted from there. What about evacuation? Elena asked. The General and Admiral exchanged looks. There's nowhere to evacuate 7 billion people, Captain, Zhao said quietly. We stand or we fall. But there's something else you should know. He lowered his voice. Project Ascension is ready. Elena's eyes widened. Project Ascension, the most classified initiative in human history. She'd heard whispers, nothing more. Get to Luna Base, Captain, General Santos ordered. Stop those infiltration ships. Buy us 12 hours. That's all we need. As the transmission ended, Elena turned to her bridge crew. Their faces showed fear, determination, and something else, pride. They were humanity's vanguard, the first line of defense against an enemy that saw them as nothing more than resources to be harvested. New course, full emergency thrust, she commanded. Intercept those infiltration vessels before they reach Luna. And Commander Jackson, prepare boarding teams. We're going to capture one of their ships. Jackson raised an eyebrow. Capture, Captain. A fierce smile crossed Alina's face. If we're going to beat them, we need to understand them. And nothing teaches us faster than taking apart their technology with our own hands. The Indomitable streaked through space, pushing its engines beyond safety tolerances. Behind them, the main alien fleet continued its inexorable advance toward Earth. Ahead, a dozen smaller vessels approached Luna Base, Earth's primary defensive installation. Weapons hot, target the trailing infiltration ship, Alina ordered. Disable engines only. I want that vessel intact. The Indomitable fired a precisely calibrated Prometheus burst. The targeted alien ship tumbled out of formation, its propulsion systems dead. Direct hit, Captain. Their systems are offline, Wong reported. Boarding teams deploy. I want prisoners and data. Lieutenant Chen, warn Luna Base that we have 11 infiltrators inbound. Tell them to activate all defenses. As the boarding shuttles launched toward the disabled alien vessel, the remaining infiltrators accelerated toward Luna. Defense platforms orbiting Earth's moon came to life, unleashing salvas of conventional weaponry. 2 more alien vessels were destroyed, but the rest pushed through, landing on Luna's surface near the main base. Captain, boarding team reports success. They've captured 3 alien crew members and downloaded what appears to be their navigational database. Alina nodded. Get that data to intelligence immediately. What's the status of Luna Base? Under attack, Captain. The aliens have breached the outer perimeter. Base commander reports they're using some kind of phase technology to pass through solid barriers. Alina's mind raced. Time to Earth orbit. 8 minutes, Captain. Not enough time. The infiltrators would reach Luna's central command before they could arrive. Unless. Target Luna Base Sector 8 with a low-yield Prometheus burst, just enough to disrupt energy systems. Her officers stared in shock. Captain, that's where our own people are fighting, Jackson protested. And those phase technologies require enormous energy, Alina explained. Disrupt that energy, and they're just physical beings again. Our troops can handle them if they can't walk through walls. The order was given. A precisely calculated energy pulse struck Luna Base, momentarily disrupting all power systems. In the darkness that followed, human soldiers, trained for close-quarters combat in low gravity, overwhelmed the suddenly vulnerable aliens. Luna Base secure, Captain, Chen reported as the Indomitable entered Earth orbit. Infiltration teams neutralized. Alina allowed herself a moment of satisfaction before reality reasserted itself. The main alien fleet was just hours behind them, and for all Prometheus's power, they couldn't stop hundreds of vessels. Captain, Chen called urgently. Priority transmission from Earth Command. The view screen activated to show not Admiral Zhao or General Santos, but Dr. Eliza Sharma, head of Project Ascension. The scientist's face was tight with tension, her eyes bright with a strange mix of fear and exhilaration. Captain Rice, your actions have given us the time we needed. Project Ascension is ready for deployment. Return to Earth immediately. All Defense Fleet vessels are being recalled. Doctor, with respect, if we recall the fleet, there's nothing standing between Earth and the Axiom Collective. Dr. Sharma's smile was thin. That's precisely the point, Captain. We need them to commit fully to the attack. No reserves, no caution. Return to Earth. That's a direct order from the Security Council. As the transmission ended, Alina exchanged bewildered looks with her officers. You heard the doctor. Set course for Earth Defense Headquarters. And may God help us all. The Indomitable descended through Earth's atmosphere, joining the other 11 ships of its class at the Global Defense Facility in the Himalayan mountains, humanity's most secure installation, built into the planet's highest peaks. As Elena stepped onto the command center floor, she was met by the collected leadership of Earth's nations and military. At the center stood Dr. Sharma, beside a massive holographic display showing the approaching alien fleet. "Captain Rice, your service today has been exemplary," General Santos greeted her. "Now let me show you what you've been fighting for." The holographic display shifted, showing not Earth's surface but its core. Strange devices had been positioned at strategic points throughout the mantle. "Project Ascension," Dr. Sharma explained. "For 50 years, we've known first contact was inevitable. For 30, we've prepared for the possibility it would be hostile. This is our answer." Elena studied the display. "What am I looking at, Doctor?" "The next step in human evolution," Dr. Sharma gestured, and the display zoomed out to show the entire planet. "We've seeded the mantle with quantum entanglement devices. When activated, they'll create a planetary field that will fundamentally alter how matter and energy interact within Earth's domain." Understanding dawned on Elena's face. "The Prometheus Protocol was a test run," the doctor confirmed. "A much smaller version of what we're about to attempt." Admiral Zhao stepped forward. "The Axiom Collective will be in optimal position in 17 minutes. All civilians have been moved to designated safe zones. Defense fleet vessels are in position. Captain Rice, the Indomitable, will lead the final defense." Elena nodded, though questions burned in her mind. "And if this doesn't work?" Dr. Sharma's eyes met hers directly. "Then humanity falls. But not before we show these aliens exactly what they've underestimated." As Elena returned to her ship, the weight of the moment pressed down on her. One way or another, the next few hours would determine the fate of humanity. "All hands, battle stations," she commanded as she took her place on the bridge. "Today we fight not just for our lives, but for our right to exist as we choose. The Axiom Collective believes we're just another resource to be harvested. It's time to show them how wrong they are." The Indomitable rose into the sky, joining the rest of Earth's defense fleet in high orbit. Beyond them, emerging from the darkness of space, came the vast armada of the Axiom Collective, hundreds of vessels arranged in attack formation. Once again, the alien commander appeared on their view screen. "Your resistance has been noted," it stated, its shifting face showing no emotion. "It changes nothing. Surrender now, and your species will be permitted to serve the collective. Continue to resist, and we will be forced to reduce your population to manageable levels." Elena smiled coldly. "We have a different proposal. Leave now, and we'll permit you to return to wherever you came from intact. Stay, and learn why humans don't make good slaves." The alien's face rippled in what might have been laughter. "Your confidence is misplaced. Your weapons, while surprising, cannot stand against our full might. This exchange is finished." As the transmission ended, the alien fleet surged forward. Energy weapons lashed out, striking Earth's orbital defenses. Defense platforms exploded, and several smaller human vessels were vaporized instantly. "All ships, execute defense pattern Omega," Elena ordered. "Draw them closer to Earth." The human fleet scattered, using Earth's gravity to accelerate their evasive maneuvers. The Indomitable dived toward the atmosphere. 3 alien vessels in pursuit. "Captain, we have confirmation," Chen reported. "All Axiom vessels have committed to the attack. No reserves detected." Elena nodded grimly. "Transmit the signal to Earth Command. Then get us back into orbit. I want to see this firsthand." As the Indomitable climbed away from Earth's surface, the planet itself began to glow. Not with fire or destruction, but with a strange, pulsing light that seemed to emanate from within. "Project Ascension activated," Chen confirmed. "Energy readings. Captain, I've never seen anything like this." The light intensified, spreading outward from the planet in expanding waves. As it touched the alien vessels, they simply stopped. Not destroyed, not damaged, but frozen in space as if time itself had ceased to function for them alone. It worked, Elena whispered, watching as wave after wave of energy engulfed the Axiom fleet. What exactly is happening to them? Dr. Sharma's voice came through the communication system. We've altered the quantum state of Earth's entire domain. Their technology relied on principles that no longer function here. They're not just defeated, Captain Reyes. They're helpless. On the view screen, the alien commander appeared once more, its face now static, its multiple eyes wide with what could only be described as fear. What have you done? It demanded, its voice distorted. This violates fundamental laws of existence. Elena leaned forward. No, it changes them. You came to harvest us, to make us serve. You thought because your technology was more advanced, your civilization older, that you had the right to determine our fate. But there's something you failed to understand about humans. She stood, facing the alien commander directly. We don't accept limits. We don't surrender because something seems impossible. And we never, ever stop finding new ways to fight back. You could have approached us as equals, offered friendship and exchange. Instead, you came as conquerors. Remember that mistake as you limp home to your collective. The alien's image flickered. This is not over. The collective spans galaxies. We will return. And we'll be waiting, Elena promised. Stronger, more prepared, and just as determined. Consider this a lesson. The first species you've encountered who refuse to be harvested. I doubt we'll be the last. As the transmission ended, cheers erupted throughout the Indomitable. Similar celebrations were spreading across Earth as news of the victory spread. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge and emerged not just surviving, but triumphant. Hours later, as the disabled alien fleet retreated from Earth's space, Elena stood in Earth Command, facing the planet's leaders and the architects of Project Ascension. You've done the impossible today, General Santos told her. All of you have, but this is just the beginning. Dr. Sharma nodded in agreement. The quantum shift is permanent. Earth and its surrounding space now operate under slightly different physical laws than the rest of the galaxy. We've created our own domain, one where we have the advantage against any future attacks. And the Prometheus weapons? Elena asked. Just the first application of our new understanding, the doctor explained. We've opened a door to technologies we've only begun to explore. Faster than light travel, energy generation beyond anything we imagined, perhaps even manipulation of time and space itself. Admiral Zhao stepped forward. The Security Council has unanimously agreed. The defense fleet will be expanded immediately. We'll establish outposts throughout the solar system, then begin exploring beyond. Next time we encounter alien life, we'll be meeting them as equals, or better. Elena looked out the window at the clear blue sky. Somewhere up there, the Axiom Collective was retreating, bringing word to the wider galaxy that Earth was not the easy target they had expected. Humanity had not just survived its first contact. It had changed the rules of engagement entirely. Captain Reyes, General Santos said, interrupting her thoughts. The Indomitable and her sister ships performed beyond all expectations today. Their captains will form the core of our new deep space exploration initiative. Your first mission will be to track the collective's retreat, gather intelligence on their civilization, and establish diplomatic contact with any other species who might be allies against them. Elena smiled. From defenders to explorers in a single day, it was fitting, somehow. Humanity had always been driven by twin imperatives, the need to protect what they had, and the desire to discover what lay beyond. I accept the mission, General, she said. When do we depart? As soon as your ships are resupplied. The quantum shift has given us an advantage, but we need to press it while we can. The galaxy just became a much more interesting place, Captain Reyes. It's time we took our place in it. As Elena left the command center, she caught a glimpse of Earth's cities beginning to light up as the sun set. 7 billion lives, 20,000 years of civilization, all of it preserved by humanity's refusal to accept defeat. The Axiom Collective had made a fundamental error in their calculations. They had judged humanity by its technology, its apparent limitations. They hadn't accounted for human ingenuity, determination, and that most unpredictable factor of all, humanity's stubborn refusal to accept the impossible as final. The stars awaiting them suddenly seemed less distant, less unreachable. Humanity had faced its first galactic threat and emerged stronger. Whatever challenges awaited them among those stars, Alina knew with absolute certainty, humanity was ready.